Hi everyone, this is Kevin from Supernatural Selection. Are you an independent creator? Do you have a webcomic or an Etsy store? Do you 3D print things? Or are you just looking to get some word out for your Discordian cabal with social terrorism? Well, we'd love to help. And David, I believe you've got some details about how we can help.
Why, certainly. If you go to supernaturalselectionpod.com/contact, that is supernaturalselectionpod.com/contact, you can learn how to advertise with us.
That's right. I believe the rate is $2 per episode. You can't beat that with a stick.
I mean, trust me, we've tried.
Yeah, that's cheap. That's literally cheaper than dirt.
And best of all, if you're not sure how to write an ad, we'll do it for you. We'll even record it.
Absolutely. Just let us know what you need in the ad, and we'll be happy to do that for you.
And again, that URL is supernaturalselectionpod.com/contact.
And now, back to the show. So, that being said, hello and welcome to Supernatural Selection. I'm your host, Kevin. With me this week is Mike the Skeptic. Mike, how are you?
I am skeptically okay.
Are you skeptically delicious?
No.
Damn it, Mike.
I am marshmallowy delicious.
Marshmallowy delicious. Okay, I'll take it. Well, I'm doing okay. We went bowling today.
Yes, we did.
I haven't been bowling in a long time.
I haven't been bowling in 2 weeks.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You didn't bowl last week for league?
No, that was the Goozy Ice. I should have expected a question there.
Yeah.
No, it was the end of league, so we just had the awards.
Yep. I always imagine those being like in elementary school where, like, you know, you get up there, they give you a ribbon, everybody claps, and then you do the awkward shuffle back.
Well, except we don't get up and stand up. It's just the vice president of the league reading out the awards and walking around handing them out to people. It's mostly the money, like since it's the way it's set up. Like,
y'all all pay into the kitty, right?
Yeah, we get paid out per quarter. So, like, since we did really well the first quarter, we got like $90 a person.
Ooh,
but we did not as good the last 3 quarters. So, like, our take home was like $177 each.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
but considering that we paid into the prize fund, quite a few $100s.
Okay.
I don't want to think about how many $100.
Yeah, let's not.
But yeah, it's so I hadn't bowled in at least 2 weeks. I think like 2.5 weeks.
Okay.
Because we hadn't done Sundays in a minute. So yeah.
Well, nonetheless, again, welcome. It's a week in Weird. We're obviously sans David this week. He's got some stuff going on, and he will hopefully be back soon. So you're stuck with me and Mike for now. And that's fine. I want to remind everybody we are still working on the zine. I am working on my art piece for that. So if you would like to be included in the zine, don't forget to head to supernatpod.rocks/zines with an S at the end. And you can find all the submission information. We have got a bunch of text. We're looking for some more images. If you are an artist and interested, the zine will be free. We will be sending it out to people that contributed. You can print it out and sell it if you would like. Whatever you want to do with it. And also, thank you to our patrons. We haven't done that in a while. I just want to say thank you to everybody that's been contributing over the years. We're by no means what you would call successful, but I wouldn't trade the people we have that have, joined us on the Patreon and joined our community on the Discord. Y'all are amazing. You also probably need to be on medication, but that is fine. It's great. So yeah, I just wanted to get that out of the way real quick. Mike, you got anything you want to add to that?
Nah, I'm good.
No, you're good?
Yeah.
You're good?
Yep.
All right. I'm sitting here and hang on, let me turn on the movie sign light and make this like all neat. There we go. All right. We got movie sign, Mike.
Oh no. Better go watch a bad movie.
Yep. So, this week, it is a week in weird. I'm going to go ahead and start if that's cool. And once again, all my sources except for the segment this week, which I've got two, you've got two, you know.
Yeah.
All of my sources are once again from British websites, mostly tabloids, because they're fun. And also, once again, thank you to Paul Seaburn for continuing to do the Lord's work, even though you're no longer with Mysterious Universe. You are the whole reason I can do my segment. So, let's start today, Mike,
Okay.
with the Daily Star. .co.uk. Oh, yes. And all my news is alien related this week. All right?
Okie dokie.
Okay. Now, the aliens in this particular picture, I believe, may be AI or bad CGI, one or the other. And their skin looks like a baked potato. You know that weird kind of dry, super dry, veiny look?
Yes.
It's just like the potato people from Altair 7. So the article says, aliens already living on Earth and working in the post office, say space boffins.
Wait a minute. I've heard this before. I'm not sure how, but I've heard of this before.
Yeah, I think it was Men in Black 2.
Yes.
Yes. But it's exclusive, Mike. This is an exclusive article this week.
Okay. Good to know.
Top alien hunters say they are seeing, quote, increasing evidence that aliens are already on Earth and living amongst humans in day-to-day life and disguising themselves as normal people. I still think it would be baked potatoes.
I mean, that's kind of boring. Disguising themselves as normal people. Why don't they disguise themselves as like neat people?
See, here's the thing.
Like, wasn't David Bowie an alien?
He said he was, and I would believe he is an
I
alien.
mean, he ate so many peppers and drank so much milk. I believe he was an alien.
And sprinkled all of it with just enough cocaine to kill a Clydesdale.
Speaking of cocaine,
Yeah. Oh man.
I had a just a little tangent here. I had a phone call at work just last night. We were getting ready to close. We're about an hour till close.
Yep.
And I get a phone call, and some young woman on the other end asks if we had cocaine.
Yeah. Now again, we work in a liquor store.
And that threw me for such a loop. I couldn't believe that she was actually asking for cocaine. Surely I misheard her.
And what did you think she said?
I started, my brain, whenever I'm answering calls on the phone, my brain is always trying to, if I don't understand exactly what they're asking for, I'm like trying to think, okay, what's the closest thing that like sounds like that? Because there's a lot of esoteric liquor names that people really can't pronounce, like curacao. I mean, frequently people ask for curacao. So I'm always kind of like, if I don't immediately twig on it, I'm like sitting there trying to figure out. And the only thing I could come up with was poitín, which is an Irish moonshine. And so that's why I asked her. I'm like, are you actually looking for poitín? She's like, no, I'm looking for cocaine. The white powder. And so my next train of thought is, surely this is a prank. I mean, it sounds like a young woman, so I ask, is this a dumb prank? And she's like, no, I just really need to find some cocaine. And I was
there for this.
At that point, I'm just like, I'm sorry, but I can't help you with that, and hung up the phone because I just couldn't anymore. And Kevin will have to tell you the expression I was making because I was just dumbstruck.
Mike, I have never seen you look so lost. Like, you look like a 4-year-old that lost its mom in the mall.
I mean, I was just, I couldn't. I just couldn't. I could not.
No, I could not. I understand. So I don't know how I would have done.
So anyway, that tangent over.
Yeah. Because
I do cocaine.
I do cocaine. I got a problem. Sorry,
But
Metalocalypse fans out there know what I'm doing. Anyway, this article about the aliens is by Cian Hewitt, Sian, Sean, Cyan. I don't know, but Hewitt. Article came out April 28th, 2026. Aliens are living among us and could be working in your local post office, boffins claim. Which, Mike, can you look up what the fuck a boffin is while I read this?
It's usually that's like what British slang for like experts or knowledgeable people.
Wow. I've never heard such an insulting term for an expert. That's like,
yeah, you
professional bum licker.
Never heard of boffin? I'm pretty sure they used it in Monty Python.
Well, I've heard it when I've used it from the Daily Star, which these guys are so like the New York Post.
Yeah. Just any scientist, engineer, or technical expert who is deeply immersed in research and often perceived as quirky or deeply absorbed in their work.
Man, what the hell is up with those people in the UK?
Yeah.
Anyway, top alien hunters say they are seeing increasing evidence that aliens are already on Earth and living amongst humans in day-to-day life, disguising themselves as normal people and even undertaking jobs. There is a link to something there, which I'll take a look here in a second. The claim comes as the world anxiously awaits the release of UFO papers from the U.S., where President Donald Trump promised some, quote, very, very interesting documents that will be released by the U.S. Defense Department, quote, very, very soon. He said, quote, this process is well underway, and we found many very interesting documents, I must say. The first releases will begin very, very soon. I'm going to stop doing the voice because it's just pissing me the fuck off. Trump has hinted that officials have known for a while about the existence of aliens, perhaps closer than we realize, and that it has been covered up for decades. And ghost and alien hunters agree. Okay, did we have to throw ghosts in?
Yeah.
Well, Robert Polmy, a UFO and ghost hunter, oh, you poor fuck, who has been investigating for the past 20 years, said, quote, there are very real signs that the world governments know more than they let the public know. It is almost a certainty. Many in the UFO... should I be doing this voice for him?
I don't know.
Anyway, many in the UFO community share tips and sightings, and it is clear from the evidence we collate that aliens are very much a part of everyday existence as we know it. This is all a quote. It has been believed for a very long time that aliens are already here, and now we believe they are so clever that they have learnt with a T, how to hide in plain sight and how to integrate themselves into our everyday lives. We want to learn about them, but they also want to learn about us, and this is how they've gone about it, coming to Earth, becoming human-like, and going about their business, working in jobs such as post office and shops. I imagine everyone knows an alien without realizing they are one. Mr. Polme is not the only expert who has spoken out to say aliens are already walking among us. Oh no. Astronomer Jacques Vallée, who co-developed the first computerized map of Mars for NASA in 1963, previously said he believes aliens may exist on Earth as well as in other realities or dimensions parallel to ours. Now, again, Jacques Vallée, really interesting dude, has written some good stuff. He is the origin of the super spectrum that David and I go on about like a couple of freaks. So he's a big fan of the idea that aliens are also leprechauns. You know that idea, that it's the same experience for thousands of years. Our interpretation of it changes. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, like people being abducted by fairies, that was just alien abduction back then, and they're wearing different masks now. Anyway, alien enthusiast and author Anna Whitey, yeah, I said it, Anna Whitey, who wrote the book UFOs, A Fundamental Truth, said she believes aliens are actually just humans, but just a very advanced form. She previously said, quote, I do think they've always been here. It is more likely that aliens come from somewhere under the sea or caves or something like that, rather than another planet. It makes sense because there's a lot of evidence on the planet that there's been a massive cataclysm every few thousand years. And that's how the article ends, Mike.
Wow. Just there.
There's been problems and we think aliens are here. I don't know why I turned her into Edith Bunker all of a sudden, but I probably because I did the Betty and Barney Hill episode recently. But continue.
So the Trump thing, the thing that heartens me about all this, like obviously he's just doing this to try to distract people from all his
pedophilia
failings. Well, there's multiple. Failings.
Oh yeah, no, everything else.
There's the Iran war and all that stuff,
and trying to distract us from the whole "you don't have voting rights" thing.
Yeah. But I'm heartened to the fact that everywhere I've seen it discussed, I mean, except for I don't know, UFOB has its own like cabal of, people that are a little more critical thinking.
That's a good word for everything involving UFOB. Cabal.
But pretty much everywhere I've seen these statements discussed, it's like, yeah, show us the Epstein files though.
Yeah. Unless Epstein's in these UFO files, I don't give a shit.
Yeah, so no one seems to be taking it seriously except, articles that want clicks.
Yeah, that's very true. Also, and I'm glad I'm talking about this right now and it mentioned that because today's the day our illustrious Cheeto-dusted president released a photo on Truth Social of himself walking next to the buffest fucking gray I've ever seen in chains.
Look, if I were to see I was pounded in the butt by a gray alien Chuck Tingle cover, it would not be that buff.
The thing is, if you took that head off and put Spider-Man's head on it, it's the same body.
Oh, yeah, no, it's just a Spider-Man body, gray with a gray head on it. Yeah.
And Ruth Ann, who's been on the show before, was on Distraction Hole with us. She asked, does he know you can refine the prompt when you put shit into AI?
No, he does not.
No, he doesn't. Or Grandpa found ChatGPT and just assumed that's it.
Unless like all these things are obviously his first pass at an AI prompt. It's like, hey, this will be great. Yeah.
They're gonna love this. I am doing this. I am posting this on True Social, my own social media thing, because
I don't need to refine my prompts because
they're
my
perfect
prompts are the perfectest, bestest prompts ever. Nobody can prompt better than me.
They're very, very best.
Bigly best prompts.
My prompts are very, very best. I don't know why. I love the idea of him saying very, very best.
Very robust and enigmatic prompts.
Yeah. Mike, should I start doing Alex Jones now because, he's gone? Am I taking over as him?
I don't know.
No, what you're going to want to do is you're going to go to YouTube and look up buff alien porn and Donald Trump. That's what you're going to need to go to YouTube and look those up. But no, I love the idea that that was one of those great articles where the headline has very little to do with the article.
Yes.
It just, one dude's like, I think they work for the post office.
Yes,
Like-
the post office.
Yes, like Tommy Lee Jones. Wow.
Like
I had a frog in my throat and it kind of helped.
yeah. They work at the post office just like Biz Markie.
Man, I love Biz Markie.
I can't beatbox like that.
Nope.
It'd
And
be-
then
It'd be
I will say,
sad.
you know what was great about that scene? The fact that it was Biz Markie and Will Smith, and they were both like, they both came up together at the same time.
Yeah.
Like, because I used to watch both of them on the video jukebox,
Yeah.
which is, oh, I'm old.
Yes.
Yeah, no. Somebody watched Men in Black. So many of my articles are just somebody watched Stargate
Yeah.
and forgot they watched Stargate. Oh man, this I don't know, man. I'm doing a lot of Alien episodes coming up in the coming year, Mike. Mm-hmm. Which is hilarious to me because I'm so mad at the UFO world right now because of our president
Yeah.
and just people in general, because it's so deathly serious now.
Well, yeah. Well,
So
and don't forget that disclosure is going to happen any minute now.
like
It's
somebody.
it's coming up in less than a month.
Yeah. Oh, the movie?
Yes.
Yeah, Disclosure Day. Yeah. That's the only disclosure we're getting, but it does remind me of like I unsubscribed to all the UFO subreddits, and my plan is to just go look them up when I need to because I got sick of my feed being full of disclosures happening anytime tomorrow because I saw a chicken or something. It's like just and also fucking AI. They're running every blurry ass cell phone photo through AI, and it's turning what they're seeing into like the ship they sent Superman to Earth in the Richard Donner movie.
Yeah.
And it is aggravating. I think that's why I'm going back and doing like old ass UFO stuff now. Like the next one's gonna be saucer critters again, because man, I need some little elf dudes from Jupiter giving a guy saltless pancakes. That's the only UFOs I want to hear about right now.
Yeah.
Because holy shit, this has gotten way too real. Mm-hmm. Oh, just remember, Kev, you will be warm again. Anyway, that's my article. Mike,
Yes.
what have you got for your first article of the night?
So, from Gizmodo, published April 28th, 2026.
Okay, real quick.
Yeah.
I am so neck deep in the MST3K reboot news that when you said Giz, I was just expecting Monix.
Yeah. Scorpions are literally metal, study reveals.
Okay. We're talking about the band?
No,
No, we're not talking about the Scorpions and Rocking Me Like a Hurricane?
no, we're not.
Oh, no.
One of the more fascinating and fearsome creatures in the world, the scorpion, is even cooler than you might have thought. Research out today, which was, April 28th.
Right.
Right, research out today confirms these arachnids' weapons are quite literally laced with metal. Scientists at the Smithsonian National Museum of Natural History and others studied more than a dozen species across the scorpion family tree up close. All of the scorpions had various kinds of metal in their pincers and stingers, albeit in unique, sometimes unexpected configurations. These metals play an important role in helping scorpions hunt and defend themselves, the researchers say. Quote, This study highlights that metal enrichment has strongly diversified in relation to how different species have evolved to use their pincers and stingers. Lead author Sam Campbell, who was a pre-doctoral scholar at the Smithsonian at the time of the research's completion, told Gizmodo.
I'm glad they hired him and not his evil doppelganger, Cam Samble.
Yes.
Yeah.
Scorpions are part of the arachnid family, although they split off on their own branch around 435 million years ago.
Yeah, they somehow became more evil.
Yeah. They're thought to be one of the first animals to have jumped from the sea to the land, and they've been a rousing success story ever since.
God, I just imagine the first land scorpion came up here, looked around, came back. Guys, there's so much more to pinch up there.
Yeah, and sting. It's stinging.
I am sticking my ass in everything up there.
Much of this success is due to their body shape, which remain remarkably consistent to this day.
Oh yeah, have you seen like the convergent evolution thing where like there was just this whole period where everything in the ocean was like, I don't know, the scorpion thing seems to be working.
Yeah. Then they decided, well, we're going to be crabs next.
I mean, come on, man. You know, technically, scorpions are just danger crabs.
They're even more dangerous crabs. Crabs are dangerous.
These are more dangerous.
Poisonous crabs.
Yeah. Nature looked at the crab and said, you know what this thing needs? Deadly ass.
Their grasping pincers and rapidly striking tail, equipped with a stinger that delivers potent venom, can be used to both subdue prey and defend against potential threats. Previous studies have shown that some species have metal in their pincers and tails. That said, it wasn't known if this is a universal feature or whether the composition and location of these metals could differ in relevant ways throughout the large order of scorpions, according to the researchers. Quote, to our knowledge, our study is the first that performs statistical analysis of the metal uptake across scorpions while also accounting for phylogenetic relationships.
Mike,
yeah.
Does this mean they're magnetic?
We'll find out. Senior study author Hannah Wood, a research entomologist and curator of the Smithsonian National Museum of Natural History, told Gizmodo, quote, this means we're able to effectively map out how metal enrichment varies between species and statistically test whether ancestry. Thanks to the National Museum of Natural History's extensive collection of preserved samples
of scorpions.
Yeah, of scorpions.
I will never go to that room.
The researchers were able to study 18 species representing different broad groups of scorpion kind. That doesn't seem like a lot. I was expecting hundreds.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking like, I became lost in the scorpion room. There were so many.
They used high-resolution electron microscopy and X-rays to closely examine the scorpion's pointy appendages. They found several similarities and differences between the various scorpions. Zinc was the most prevalent metal found at the very tip of the scorpion's stingers, for instance, followed by a layer of manganese.
Manganese.
The scorpion's pincers tend to have either zinc or a mix of zinc and iron, though typically only on the cutting edge.
Okay. I'm just now picturing a scorpion going, how do I use zinc oxide?
Yeah. That suggests these metals are critical to ensuring the durability of these weapons when hunting prey.
Good God.
And the more zinc a scorpion had in its tail or pincers, the less it had in the other, indicating that a evolutionary trade-off, according to Kale. Okay, that's interesting. So
if it has more in the pincers, it has less in the tail, and vice versa. Wow.
So they're genetically prioritizing, I guess, depending on their habitat.
Wow.
Surprisingly, the researchers found less zinc in species that had stronger pincers for crushing, contrary to their expectations that zinc would be vital for boosting the strength of these weapons. Quote, this means that scorpions with slender, weaker claws have higher concentrations of zinc in the claws, likely to improve wear resistance and hardness where physical leverage is lacking, Campbell said. Though scorpions might rely on them in different ways, they're probably all at least a little. Though scorpions might rely on them in different ways, they're probably all at least a little heavy metal, the researchers say. I didn't realize that was a pun. That's why I stumbled over it.
Okay. That was bad, but, it's Gizmodo.
Quote, arguably, that is exactly what this study shows, though it is important to note that this study we tested In this study, we tested 18 species, Campbell said. There are close to 3,000 species of scorpion.
Oh,
They
God.
all likely feature metal enrichment.
Now, did they discover one that flew, or was that just a comic putting nightmares in my head?
So there is a species of fly that looks like a scorpion, but as far
Oh,
as I know,
God.
they are frightening looking, but they are not actually like stingingness. I think it's one of those like evolutionary
Oh, like
look
the butterfly that looks like a monarch butterfly kind of thing,
or kind of that the
coral snake and the milk snake thing.
no, more of like that caterpillar that looks like a snake. You ever seen that?
No.
And it's its butt. Its butt has like
Oh,
eye spots.
Wow.
And when threatened, it rears its butt up and it like kind of does something with like the thing, so it like contracts and it looks literally like a snake head. Probably one of
Holy
those things.
shit! I just looked it up.
Yeah.
Wow. It actually, when it's like this, it kind of looks like a cute little lizard.
Yeah.
Wow. I wish I had eye spots.
Yeah.
I don't know if on my butt, but just my eye spots.
Usually you if you're going to put eye spots, you put them somewhere where, you wouldn't mind if someone bit you. So maybe you would keep your eye spots on your butt. That way someone could just bite your butt.
Eat my ass. I have eye spots for it.
Yeah. Let's see here. Campbell worked on this project as part of his thesis. His main area of research is now venom, particularly scorpion venom. There's plenty more that researchers could learn about the metals in scorpions and similar arthropods, the broad group of invertebrates that include arachnids, insects, and other creepy crawlies. It would be nice to look for metals in an even greater variety of scorpion species, for instance. Some researchers have also speculated that diet might play a part in how much metal a scorpion is able to have. And since female scorpions are typically much bigger than males, perhaps they have much more metal too.
I'm just picturing like back at Scorpion HQ, there's just like a smithy.
Yes. It's like the Mandalorian, forge
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
mistress or whatever.
Yeah, it's fucking Beskar, I guess.
This is the stinger way.
This is the way, and boys are gonna sting.
It is also known that spider fangs, as well as the stingers of bees and wasps, contain metal.
Well,
I didn't know that.
This is just everything I hate is full of metal.
You're next going to tell me, like, snake fangs and fucking horsefly mouths.
It's information I wish I didn't have now.
Yet it's not clear whether these body parts have the same composition as those in scorpions, or whether the infusion of metals in these natural weapons is an inherited evolutionary trait spread across arthropods, Campbell noted. The team has created a method intended to standardize how scientists can measure metal in arthropod exoskeletons. So with any luck, these and other questions could be answered in the near future. In the meantime, I'm just hoping this discovery inspires some video game developer. Okay, this is just fluff thing.
Yeah,
I don't care about that.
Okay. Wow, that's
some nerd puffery.
Wow, I hate what you just told me though.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
just on general principle.
I mean, it makes sense, but I never knew that.
Yeah. Now I'm just picturing like fridge magnets being stuck on a scorpion.
Yeah. Mostly zinc, although it did say some iron was there. But then again, a lot of, heck, we have, our skeletons, like, don't they incorporate some iron in them, don't they? Don't they?
I don't know. I know her blood does.
Because iron fortified milk's supposed to help with, like,
is it?
Bones. I think iron helps with bones, doesn't it? That seems to be a memory from my misled Ute.
Okay, when I look up metal bones, it just starts talking about metal toxicity and joint replacement.
I was saying iron bones. Iron and riveting podcasting.
Yes.
Iron plays a critical, delicate role in bone development. It is essential for collagen synthesis, oxygen transport, and vitamin D metabolism. Okay, so iron isn't directly in our bones, but it is like...
It helps.
It is, yeah.
It fortifies. Huh.
Yeah, iron deficiency and iron overload disrupt the balance between bone-building cells, osteoblasts, and bone reabsorbing cells, osteoclasts.
So just go eat some bones.
Find the perfect middle ground of iron, is what that says.
Yep, that's it pretty much. Wow. Fuck scorpions.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuckers. Man, I really...
You know, if there's gonna be some multi-legged thing that incorporates iron into its physiology, it better be Rocky.
That would be cool. Man, I'm glad Rocky didn't have a scorpion tail.
Well, he's got like a fifth leg, so what if he held like a little gun in it and like, you know.
Well, that's cute.
Yeah.
Because it's Rocky. God, that is a good movie, and I prefer thinking about that to any kind of scorpion.
Yep.
Yeah. Wow. That's interesting, though. I never would have imagined there's metal in them there scorpions.
Yep.
Man, can you imagine one with gold? Just a blinged out skeleton, Mike?
It'd be like, you know, the people with those gold-plated, like Glocks or something, but, you know, scorpion.
Yep. This ain't TikTok. You about to get the snip snock. Anyway, that's terrible.
Yes.
So, all right. Well, that's our first two segments. We're going to take a break. And when we come back, we'll have our next two stories and then a special segment. So, we'll be right back after this.
Hey, man, what's got you off in your phone there?
Oh, just going through all the funny Mothman memes and supernatural shit posts I've been wanting to share. I just don't know where to put the posts yet.
Don't you know about the Supernatural Selection Discord?
We have a Discord?
Yeah, for years, dude. Where have you been?
Can people chat with the hosts and get previews of upcoming episodes and generally post funny shit as much as they want with other listeners?
I mean, if that's your bag. I mean, personally, I wouldn't do that, but there are even live streaming events for the shows there, too. You've been in a few. How do you not know this stuff?
It must have been my doppelganger. How do I get into the Discord?
It's easy. Just visit discord.supernaturalselectionpod.com. Now say that 3 times fast.
Well, that's perfect. Now I can share 3 terabytes of Hollow Earth memes. Get it? Terabytes.
Never mind. Forget I said anything. Just don't do that. You should definitely not visit discord.supernaturalselectionpod.com to join the Discord. We don't want you there.
Too late. I'm already posting my alien abduction fan fiction with the general chat.
Join the hosts and listeners of Supernatural Selection on the official Discord. Just visit discord.supernaturalselectionpod.com.
All right, we're back. And Mike's been eating ice, and now I have my podcast cheese, so hooray.
Now he's got cheese mouth.
I do have cheese mouth. Man, it's good cheese. It's Gouda this time.
It was Gouda?
I knew that joke was coming, and yet I let it happen. What the fuck's wrong with me? So, my next article is from the Daily Mail.
Yay.
The U.S. edition of the Daily Mail.
Oh,
which
wow. I didn't know that was a thing.
It is, but it's still fucking just the Daily Mail. And this article came out on May 5th. It is by Chris Malore, Deputy Science Editor for DailyMail.com. And the article's titled, Religious Leaders Told Prepare Now for UFO Disclosure to Unleash Bible-Changing Revelations. I cannot stress how much this has been coming across my goddamn feed.
They're just going to come down and be like, yes, you should really be following the Book of Mormon.
You're all going to get planets. You get a planet. You get a planet. It's like Oprah.
Yeah.
But, no, seriously, there have been so many conspiracy theorists and people saying, no, my pastor came up to me and told me that, like, disclosure's happening and it's going to change everything.
Yeah, how'd your pastor have the inside line there?
Oh, they had, like, a secret cabal meeting between the government and them.
This is where they swap the boys, right?
Yeah. Yeah, obviously. It's Boy Swap 2026. Fortunately, none of us were invited. So, anyway, influential pastors are claiming that they have been told to prepare their followers for shocking revelations about UFOs, which may upend belief in the Bible. Perry Stone, a well-known evangelist, author, and Bible teacher from Tennessee, well, there goes any credibility, warned that fellow pastors were Fellow pastors were recently invited to a secret meeting with U.S. intelligence officials to prepare for the release of secret files on extraterrestrials. Again, Stone was not invited.
Mm-hmm.
According to Stone, the officials warned a small group of pastors with a large reach in the Christian community that the government was about to release reports and possibly videos of aliens and spacecraft which were not from this planet. In the April 27th video posted to his YouTube channel, the evangelist claimed that pastors were told about the existence of reptilian creatures, UFOs, and materials from a non-human origin and, quote, other things that almost sound like something out of a sci-fi movie. On February 19th, President Trump ordered the Pentagon and Secretary of War Pete Hegseth, that Nazi motherfucker.
And I don't know. I don't trust any source that still actually calls him Secretary of War.
Yeah.
They buy the bullshit.
Yeah, no, they're going to talk about the Gulf of America here in a minute. To release all that dude with that shirt came in the store again this week, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Gulf of America,
Yeah.
Take it, whatever. Anyway, to release all information the government possesses regarding UFOs and alien life. Last week, Trump said that the first files will be released very, very soon and will contain some very interesting things for the public. However, officials in the secret meeting allegedly said the information on its way may cause some Christians to question how the universe was created and even lose faith in religion. Stone, who I'm looking at a photo of and looks like Guy Fieri got thin, Stone said, you're going to have people who are going to say if they're... Hang on. You're going to have people who are going to say if there are galaxies and there are allegedly other creations in the galaxies, then the whole creation story is a myth. And you're going to have people that's going to apostatize and turn from the Christian faith because they have no answer for what they're about to hear. He has giant weird-ass symbols on each shoulder of his shirt. Like, this is a cowboy shirt. Stone also claimed in the April 27th video, government officials warned these religious leaders that non-Christians might panic and turn to churches for answers. So trade off. If you don't believe, you're going to be, sweet Jesus. They're going to freak out and they're going to come to pastors, ministers, and teachers and say, what is this? Is this really real? This reported meeting involved approximately 6 Christian leaders, including Bishop Alan Didio of the Revival Nation Church, who confirmed that he was part of the extraordinary gathering. Didio said, it seems like a half-dozen people were gathered in an Airbnb in the mountains of Tennessee discussing an investigation that's going on in the United States government against crimes that have committed in the process of retrieving and reverse engineering technology from non-human intelligence. They put the ums in. The meeting also went forward to discuss the propaganda plan that was in place leading up to disclosure, the pastor added, in a March 7th live stream on YouTube. Another reported attendee, American evangelist and podcaster Tony Merkel, added that the government officials who held the meeting expressed concerns about the impact of UFO disclosure on organized religion. Merkel said, "I came in contact with these guys more than a year ago now, and I've been in touch with them, communicating with them, and their heart is to prepare the body of Christ for what's coming. These guys are part of, let's just say, the Christians in intelligence operations, and they are specifically geared toward, initially, it was to gather evidence and data on what's actually going on behind the scenes within the disclosure community there." Sorry, got into character. The three pastors also warned that when the U.S. government finally releases the historic report about UFOs and extraterrestrials, it will not just be surprising news. They believe it will be part of a plot designed to pull people away from faith in Jesus. That's why they're warning them.
Yes.
The men compared it to what the Bible calls the great deception in end-time prophecies. Stone explained that supposed revelations about aliens could make the Bible's creation account look like a myth, which, it's obviously 100% legit and verbatim, causing believers to fall away from the teachings of Christianity. Merkel and Doleo, which just sounds like a really weird techno group, Merkel and Doleo went further, saying the disclosure had already been set up to paint Christians as the bad guys who were holding humanity back, with people being told, "You were close, Christians. You were close. That's right, but no cigar. And here's what it actually is." I'm reading this, Mike. This is a thing I am reading from a news source. All three men urged churches to get ready now so believers would not be shocked or deceived, but instead stay grounded in the Bible and their belief in Jesus when this, quote, great deception arrives. While religious leaders have allegedly been warned about the coming UFO files, multiple government officials have also tied the alleged existence of alien life directly to the events and beings written about in the Bible. Vice President J.D. Vance said in March, "I don't think they're aliens. I think they're demons." He previously declared himself a, quote, UFO lunatic and was committed to, quote, get to the bottom of answering whether aliens exist or not. Meanwhile, Congresswoman Anna Paulina Luna of Florida, oh boy, has repeatedly urged the public to read the Book of Enoch, an ancient Jewish religious text written in stages between 300 and 100 BC. We gotta talk about the Book of Enoch on here, because that shit's crazy. Luna, who is chairwoman of the House Oversight Committee, God fucking damn it, tasked with declassifying government secrets, has repeatedly claimed that alien encounters disclosed to her in classified briefings appeared to have a stunning similarity to events in biblical times. So what, they showed up, they're just wheels with eyes and screaming, "Be not afraid"?
Yep, exactly.
Instead of aliens, the Congresswoman has called these alleged creatures interdimensional beings, noting that the Book of Enoch tells of 200 angels, known as the Watchers, who descended to Earth and mated with human women. Which, yeah, that's what part of that book's about.
Wow.
Kind of cool, actually.
Yeah.
It's, you know how in the Bible it says the sons of God and the daughters of men had children, and those children were the Nephilim, the giants.
Yeah.
That's the Book of Enoch goes into detail, and they brought us like science and stuff, and then just fucked the hell out of our women.
Were there no women ones?
No,
Wow.
no. Just these wheels with eyes came down and just laid track. Anyway, last year, Luna told podcast host Joe Rogan, wow, it is just a best of everything I hate. Have I seen a spaceship personally? No. Have I seen evidence of this? Yes. Have I seen photo documentation of aircraft that believe were not made by mankind? Yes. Is there historical significance to this? Yes. Is there multiple events that go back to, I would argue, maybe even before the time of Christ that have been documented in text? Yes, she continued during the August 2025 episode. And that's the article.
And that's the way it was.
I am so mad. I am livid from this article. And there's a photo of a UFO that looks like just kind of a shape. Just a shape. This is so stupid, Mike.
Yeah.
Like, and I don't know. The whole argument that they're demons is what really pisses me off. And this gotta relax. Yeah, no, this is very dumb, and this is all because we have a government full of child fuckers.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also, what? 6 pastors. That's it. Just those 6.
Yes.
With, quote, broad reach. That has reached no one.
No, they reach broads, is what they're saying.
Oh,
because
yeah,
they're,
yeah.
use that
That's
outdated term for women.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
That's them.
That's a good point. Didn't think about that. That's a very good point, Mike. Goddamn, am I just so angry at this now. I should have never read it. What have I done? How do you feel about this? Like, we've talked about it some, but like, let me get specific here. How does the aliens or demons thing sit with you?
I mean, that's just, I don't like it because it's just mixing your quackery. Why can't aliens just be aliens and demons be demons?
You know what it feels like to me? It feels like those kids that are really into Sonic the Hedgehog, but they're born again Christians.
Yeah.
So they have to draw Shadow the Hedgehog being redeemed in front of the actual crucifixion.
Yeah, no,
like at the crucifixion and praying and crying.
Yeah.
It's like that, but aliens.
Yes.
It's the only way they can make this fit into their limited worldview.
Yes.
God, it makes me mad.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are we going to do if it turns out that's right?
God, off ourselves.
I guess so.
Go live in the woods. No, I'd rather go live in the woods just create a, militia compound.
Okay. The thing is...
Start that cult we've been putting off.
If I did it off myself, the good news is being diabetic, I could just eat a bunch of ice cream. That's how I'd go. Just eat ice cream.
You'd lose your legs before you died.
Yeah. Well, fuck. If I get fat enough, y'all can just roll me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe you got fat enough, you could you'd sound like you're laughing when you rolled.
Woo! Yeah, there's our Bender reference.
Yep.
Thinking about you, David. Wow.
Yeah.
That's aggravating. Mike, what have you got that can take my mind off of it? Please don't be about aliens.
Unfortunately, I have a story.
Mm-hmm.
I might have to find another story because this one's so long.
Ooh.
I didn't realize how long it was.
Okay, you got another one?
It's about Bigfoot, but it's really
Oh,
long.
fuck. Can you summarize? Just read part of it.
Okay, so this is from
Give us-
CNN.
Give us the general gist.
a Bigfoot story from CNN.
Oh, wow. Okay, I'm
from
down.
May 8th.
Okay.
Was Bigfoot just spotted in Ohio?
Oh, shit, dog.
Reported sightings stoke a long-running hunt for answers.
Mike, can I ask you something before you get started? Is it Mormon Bigfoot?
I don't think so.
It's not Mormon Bigfoot. It's not Kane.
It's in Ohio, so...
Yeah, but I mean, all Bigfoot is Kane, right?
No. All Bigfoots want raising canes. They really just want chicken tenders.
They're not wrong. They're not wrong for that.
Yeah. So anyway, I'll read, and when I get tired, I'll just skip to the end.
Okay.
Mike Miller and Benjamin Radford had both spent years talking about Bigfoot from very different points of view.
Mm-hmm.
Quote, when you hear something or you see something, that sticks with you and becomes part of you, and you just can't shake it, says Miller, who's been on the hunt for the Yeti for nearly 2 decades with the Ohio Night Stalkers. Kevin, would you join the Ohio Night Stalkers?
You are goddamn right I would join the Night Stalkers. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. Quote, it's a fascinating question whether or not these creatures exist, allows Radford, a folklorist and deputy editor of Skeptical Inquirer magazine.
Skeptical Inquirer. That's 2 magazines I didn't...
Yeah. It comes to the existence of an unidentified species of hairy giants. For Miller, the hunter, finding Sasquatch is a mystery whose answer could be around the corner or in any cave. For Radford, the skeptic, it's a source of constant disappointment. Quote, if they're real, they live and breathe and poop and eat and sleep and drop dead.
Not if they're ghosts.
And we should be able to find one, Radford says. How are they being elusive? There would have to be thousands of them. The long-running debate got a new spark in March. A big uptick in reports known by Bigfoot aficionados as a flap.
Oh, yeah, you didn't know about... the funny thing is Bigfoot flaps and UFO flaps, same term. Also, Bigfoot flap just sounds like an overweight Bigfoot.
I thought Bigfoot flaps were just the Big Yeti Naturals.
Yes. That is, in fact, a Bigfoot flap.
There's a pair of flaps.
Yeah, it's a couple of flaps, and they are flapping.
Known to Bigfoot aficionados as a flap, was cataloged around Portage County, Ohio, just east of Akron, with unidentified figures averaging 8 feet tall in wooded areas along the Mahoning River.
It's just a Nephilim.
Quote, and it stopped just as quickly as it started, says Jeremiah Byron, host of the Bigfoot Society podcast.
Okay, there's a couple things we got to take in there. First off, Jeremiah was a Byron.
Yep.
Second, what was the name of that podcast again?
The Bigfoot Society podcast.
The Bigfoot, man, isn't that the people that told stories on Are You Afraid of the Dark?
I don't know. But the Bigfoot Society podcast, which collected and mapped to the reports and has posted a dramatic change in weather conditions from winter to spring, may have put a Bigfoot herd on the move.
Wait, I don't think that should be the correct terminology for a group of Bigfoots.
Bigfoot herd? No, what would a group of big feet be called?
Oh man, give me a minute to think about it. You
All
keep reading.
The sudden surge of claimed sightings call it the Ohio Flap of 2026, reignited a debate that's been going on in North America for upwards of a century. Does a breed resembling hulking apes, hominids, if you have to be technical, live among us? On one point, both believers and non-believers seem to agree. It's a hell of a lot of fun to talk about.
Okay, I got it.
Yeah.
A Tarantino of Bigfoots.
Yeah.
I mean, if the shoe fits, don't put it on.
If the toe ring fits, you
Yeah.
want to lick it.
Oh, I'm out of anything to drink over here, and you say that.
Yeah.
Fuck.
The big folklore about mysterious and elusive creatures in North America, experts say, became more mainstream with the 1960 article in True magazine describing a tall, hairy figure that looked, quote, partially human and partly animal. What started as pure storytelling evolved into a more organized searching for answers using newer technology. The question of true or false became a sensation in 1967 with the famous film shot by Roger Patterson and Bob Gimlin.
Yeah, the one that's been debunked.
In the Pacific Northwest, capturing a hairy figure ambling through the Northern California wood.
Which is called Patty because of Patterson.
Decades of debate have followed on whether the film was a hoax.
Yeah, let's not forget, that's the very first set of Big Yeti Naturals, hence the first Bigfoot flaps. Wait a minute, that's it, a flap of Bigfoots. That's a group.
No, that's already used for a group of sightings.
Okay, then I'll stand by a Tarantino.
How about a pod?
It's dolphins.
A moccasin.
A moccasin.
Because they're feet, they're big feet.
And Native Americans.
I don't know. I'm trying to. We'll workshop it. We'll workshop it.
Yeah, we'll get David involved.
The mystery even got the attention of the FBI, which agreed in 1976 to examine 15 hair samples taken from a reported Bigfoot encounter in Oregon. This, quote, is a serious question that needs answering, reads a letter from director of the Bigfoot Information Center and Exhibition.
Okay. Apparently a group of gorillas is called a troop.
How about a
platoon of Bigfoots?
Maybe a cavalcade.
Ooh, God. Okay, yeah, that is it, man.
A cavalcade of Bigfoot.
A cavalcade of Bigfoots.
After putting the samples under a microscope, the FBI provided its answer. Quote, it was concluded as a result of these examinations that the hairs are of deer family origin.
It's a deer.
But the demand for answers to time-worn mysteries only increased as the weekly TV series In Search of Dun Dun Dun.
I loved that show. Fucking man, Leonard Nimoy warped me.
Hosted by Leonard Nimoy, included several Bigfoot stories in its chronicle of the strange. Quote, parentheses, both Byron and Radford cite the show as helping to inspire their interest in unexplained phenomena. Both Byron, Radford, and Kevin. Now, the search for Squatch is also a source of humor and even marketing.
Yep.
With everything from deodorant to beef jerky getting in on the brand.
And let's not forget beef jerky scented deodorant.
Oh, yes. For the manliest of manly men who want to repel the women.
Well, that's what I do is I like to rub some beef jerky in my pits and go out in the woods.
You only want to attract other men and dogs.
I love the fact that you can call a Bigfoot by just hitting a tree with a baseball bat and making whooping sounds.
We should try that.
We should. We should go somewhere here in Mississippi, like Honey Island, and just bang on a tree and make whooping sounds. I'm afraid, though, that being in Mississippi, we'll get shot.
Yes.
By a Bigfoot hunter.
It's also a favorite of April Fool's Day pranksters, even in the Forest Service. So apparently the Forest Service has done some Sasquatch impersonating.
Well, not anymore, they don't. Since they lost their funding.
Oh, true.
God.
The group of reporters received in March by the group of reports, not reporters.
We got a bunch of reporters in this crate. I don't know what's going on.
The group of reports received in March by the Bigfoot Society podcast follow many of the patterns of past sightings. Hairy, tall, brown or black, with a long stride and unique sounds, sticking closely to small waterways. Quote, a lot of people think they, Bigfoot, try to follow the creek systems that give them a way to kind of keep out of sight, says Byron. Dedicated Bigfoot seekers try hard not to be gullible, says Miller, the hunter who wasn't convinced of what the Northeast Ohio Bigfoot flap when he heard of it.
Eat me a fuzzy marshmallow. They're skeptical on anything.
Quote, it's good to be skeptical, he says. There's a Bigfoot conference up in that area, and I thought maybe it was a little bit of publicity.
Huh.
But after taking a closer look at the reports and the patterns, Miller is convinced the claimed March sightings are not a hoax, but maybe evidence of a herd of Yeti on the move after a hard winter freeze gave way to a warmer than normal thaw.
Again, cavalcade.
Quote, the tracks look legitimate, and some of the people sounded terrified when they talked about things, he said. Yeah, speaking of terrified at things that were probably nothing.
Okay. Look, Mike. Wait, it just dawned on me. I've never apologized for that. I'm sorry I left you in the woods to die via Sasquatch. My cowardice kicked in. I assumed you were running behind me. I'm just saying, again, I finally am apologizing on the show. I'm sorry me and our friend left you to die.
Look, I wasn't afraid until y'all were gone. So,
I know.
I don't know. I don't think you have to apologize or anything, but it's just funny.
Well,
it was more of I wasn't afraid of what was out there. I was more of afraid y'all were going to get in the car and fucking leave without me.
No. What was going to happen was we get in the car and go, shit, we got to go back.
I don't know. The other friend, he might have started the car and just took off.
I wouldn't have been happy about that. So
would you have gotten out of the car though?
You know what? Mike, it may be for the best we don't find out the answer to that question.
You would have lit a commemorative candle at home for Mike, who was killed by Bigfoot or actually just exposure for being abandoned in the woods.
No, you're right. He might have left you. I don't think I would have. You could have walked to Grand Gulf. It was within sight.
Yeah, it was through the woods and down a bluff, okay? It was
past the Bigfoot, Mike. You just passed the Bigfoot.
Past whatever knocked that tree down, yes.
Which was probably age.
Probably, yes. It probably was just wind and an old-ass beetle-ridden tree.
Anyway, surely not a Sasquatch.
Yeah. Like Miller, Byron doesn't take every report at face value, making sure he talks to people directly before publicizing their claims. Once word got out about the reports in Ohio, so did the obvious fakes. Quote, I started to get a lot of AI-generated reports in my email. Of course. It got to the point where I was probably getting about 1,000 emails a day.
Holy shitballs.
But when Byron spoke by phone with people who had made the initial reports, they convinced him they weren't making anything up. Quote, it was obvious they weren't just wanting to get their name out there, says Byron. They were just freaked out by what they experienced, and they didn't want anything else to do with it.
That's fair.
Byron first got into the world of chasing Bigfoot stories in 2016 and describes his podcast as, more than anything, a forum for people to tell their stories, including experiences many were afraid to acknowledge. Quote, they need someone to talk to, and they need someone that's going to let them share, because they've never gotten that respect before, he says. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure they've gotten that respect for in other areas, but
sure,
we start talking about
not for your Bigfoot thing.
8-foot tall hairy hominids.
Look, Mike, if I'd actually seen one, I would still be going on about it.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. Like, y'all never would have shut me up.
Used to getting plenty of raised eyebrows, many chasers of Sasquatch have a sense of humor about their work.
I don't know. I've met some folk that they do not have a sense of humor. I went to a festival with several people that do not have a sense of humor about this subject.
Yeah, I bet. Miller's Facebook page features an AI rendering of him posing in the woods next to Bigfoot, the beast's arm stretched collegially across over his shoulder.
Look, there are plenty of people on DeviantArt who would have been more than happy to draw you with Bigfoot in any sort of situation you can imagine.
Especially tender embraces.
Yes.
Lovingly, bent over a log.
Yep. Consummating the relationship.
Local law enforcement in Ohio also seem to be enjoying the publicity. Portage County Sheriff Bruce D. Zakowski made a series of gag posts purporting to show the arrest of Bigfoot and his detention by Immigration and Customs Enforcement. Holy shit.
Are you telling me this motherfucker had Bigfoot arrested by ICE?
Bigfoot got iced. Oh, shit.
You can just stop the article at that. Holy shit.
That.
Okay, wow. We're done with that one.
Only for the creature to escape from custody at the Canadian border.
The only fucking thing that's escaped ICE so far, and it's Bigfoot.
Warning, if you attempt to photograph Bigfoot, the picture will be blurry once its satirical post states.
That Mitch Hedberg was the first time I really heard that theory.
Yeah.
That motherfucker's just blurry.
Despite the levity, the sheriff's office really did get some calls from concerned residents, Zakowski says. Quote, 10 individual people were like, yeah, I was walking my dog at 4 a.m. Wow, they're all walking the same dog? I saw this hairy figure, and I smelled this musty odor, and there was this big thing, and all of a sudden it ran, the sheriff told CNN affiliate WOIO in March. There's 10 people with very similar experiences. I guess maybe in Ohio there are 10 people that will walk their dog at 4 a.m.
That is such a weird image. At 4 a.m., just wake up everybody in the goddamn house. Y'all, we got to walk Schmitzy. It's like a little wire hair terrier.
Hey, Bob. Hey, Jim. Hey, Barry. Hey, Gordon. Hey, all you other 6 people. We're nice to see you out here at 4 a.m. walking your dogs too.
God.
The latest raft of reporting with mysterious figures and unexplained sounds has not yet made a believer out of skeptic Benjamin Radford. Quote, I don't make fun of people who look for Bigfoot. I don't look down on investigators, he says. I don't think it's too stupid or silly. My issue is that they're not bringing good science to it. While true believers know that they risk ridicule when raising the topic, Radford gets his own frosty reception when he speaks at conferences of Bigfoot enthusiasts as a self-described token skeptic. Although he is received politely, he tells them it's crystal clear that whatever methods you're using aren't working. Quote, I'm like, hey guys, I hate to rain on your parade, but I don't think Bigfoot is real, he adds. Quote, it's possible that tomorrow or next month they will find Bigfoot. However, based on their evidence so far, it's probably not there. For the most hardcore searchers, Radford believes the social aspect, getting together, spending a night out in the woods with tools of the trade like night scope cameras and parabolic microphones, is the real draw of the chase. Like, yeah, that sounds like rad. Just go hang out in the woods,
Mike,
have some night vision, tromp through the woods in the middle of the night. Yeah, let's do
Mike,
that.
I'm going to tell you something.
Yeah.
I don't care if Bigfoot exists, but from everything I've heard, like going on a Bigfoot hunt is fun as hell. Because it's just camping with, you're sitting there kind of freaking yourself out. It's like you brought your own ghost story.
Look, Kevin, when I was in ROTC, one of the things we did a camping thing with just, all the ROTC students.
Yeah.
And one of the nights we did a snipe hunt. You know what a snipe hunt is?
That's where you go out and you hunt a non-existent bird, isn't it?
Kind of, yeah. Except in this version, actually, it wasn't a snipe hunt. It was, I think we played foxes and hounds. That's what it was. We went out and I'm trying to remember exactly how, because this was a while. This was high school. This was a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
We were all, not Foxes and Hounds. I can't remember what it was called. I don't remember what it was called. But anyway, most of the people went out into the woods, no flashlights, and you basically were hunted, not to death or anything, but just, it's like kind of hide and seek in the dark against people that did have flashlights. Yeah. I don't remember what it was called, but it was pretty fun because you're just like stomping through the woods. It's really dark out there, but you're out there long enough that your eyes adjust so you can see, kind of. But yeah, I'm surprised no one got like lost.
Yeah, with a bunch of students. It sounds like yeah.
So, but yeah, I can see how tromping through the woods and a little bit of like, I wouldn't say danger, but a little bit of like, I don't know, what would you call that? Not even adversarial, but like mission, like some kind of like objective. Because when you're camping, the objective is just to have dinner.
Yeah,
it's you set up the tent, you drink some beer, you cook dinner, you drink some more beer, you go to bed.
Yeah.
But, this you have kind of an objective going on.
Yeah.
You have, a thing you're doing.
You hit a tree with a baseball bat, you make hooping noises, and then you listen for the rest of the night, and something comes in and eats all your peanut butter.
You stomp around with your, $2,000 night vision monocle so you can show off to all the dudes that, hey, look what, I was able to buy because I'm single and you're married and I got disposable income and you have to, pay for college tuition.
Yep.
So I kind of get it, but
it's everything I've ever heard sounds like a lot of fun if you're into camping. So like you would get a kick out of Bigfoot hunting, I think.
I would get a kick out of hey, I would like to just maybe go camping and bring a nice ass telescope and look at the freaking stars or something.
Or look for Bigfoot.
Or Bigfoot.
In the stars, because man,
Space Yeti.
Have we talked about the space Bigfoot thing on the show?
Probably,
like the alien, it being an alien and being stupid and getting blown up by aliens. We'll talk about it some other time. But yeah, that's an interesting article.
Yeah.
And,
let's see here. That's not much left.
Okay.
For his part, Mike Miller, the Bigfoot hunter who makes his living as a delivery driver, says his focus is strictly on trying to uncover the unexplained. Quote, I don't have a lot of free time, he says. A lot of people think, oh, you probably get drunker than hell and go out in the woods. No, I would not be wasting my time if there wasn't something there. Sure. For Bigfoot skeptics, the biggest case against its existence may be the passage of time and remarkable advances in technology. Despite nearly everyone having a 4K camera in their pocket at all times, no clear footage of a Yeti and no skeletal record have emerged after decades of searching.
Here's the thing. If there's one thing I've learned from watching YouTube, like people uploading stuff, people don't know how to use their goddamn cameras.
Oh, no. Not really.
No. It is the worst footage you've ever seen in your life. So don't go saying, oh, everybody's got a 4K camera. Yeah, everybody also is like, too dumb to use their camera, so fuck off.
If someone ever did get Bigfoot, on cell phone video, it'd be filmed in portrait mode, and it should be just shot.
And I'd be shaking, not just from the fact that I shake, but like that is a fucking Bigfoot.
Quote: At some point, a Bigfoot's luck must run out. Radford wrote in Skeptical Inquirer, but Miller points out the pictures and audio recordings of bizarre howling he has collected to show that there are things out there we don't yet understand, things he believes are important to document.
Has he considered he might be recording the sound of Bigfoot hunters?
Probably. Just roving bands of Bigfoot hunters, documenting each other.
Yep, that's all it is. It's just them chasing each other. Oh my God, that would be a great movie.
Quote, I think mainstream science doesn't pay a lot of attention to it, he says, so we're kind of the caretakers of that. The idea that there may be something unexplained in the North American woods has even captivated some scientists, including one of the foremost experts on apes, Jane Goodall, who died last year. Quote,
by Bigfoot.
Yeah. I'm a romantic. I would like Bigfoot to exist. I've met people who swear they've seen Bigfoot, she told Yahoo Entertainment in 2018.
Like, in all fairness, I know a lot of people have said a lot of shit that I don't believe, so.
Quote, there's something, I don't know what it is. Whether the Ohio flap of 2026 turns into another dead end or a doorway to solving the mystery, searchers and skeptics agree. There's nothing wrong with curiosity and hope. Quote, I'm not a skeptic because I don't want Bigfoot to be real, Radford says. If you find a Bigfoot, I want to be the first in line.
Yeah.
To fuck it. No.
Well, maybe. I don't know. Depends on what it looks like, I guess.
Yeah, so, there.
Wow.
The Bigfoot flap of 2026.
In Ohio. Near
Ohio
Akron.
Bigfoot.
That's a... You know, you would think it's... I don't know why, but, like, there's been a lot of, like, Ohio activity over the years. Kind of weird. You wouldn't think that.
Yeah.
Usually, when you think Bigfoot, you normally think, like, Vancouver or Washington or Oregon.
Mm-hmm.
You don't normally think Ohio. Or you think, like, Georgia and Florida. Swamp ape.
Mm.
So... Anyway, that's a fun one. I'm glad you read that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it let us come up with the term cavalcade of Bigfoots.
Yes. The cavalcade of Yeti.
Yep. And I feel like that's just, any of your hairy biped type stuff.
And Yeti is plural for Yeti.
Yeah, it is. So, Mike.
Yes.
We have a feature this week. We have a segment this week. And it is, once again, the return to the greatest segment ever recorded by man of anything ever. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Phantoms and Monsters Theater. Hello, welcome to Phantoms and Monsters Theater. I am once again Lord Kevin Beef Wellington. And we are going to be reading from Phantoms and Monsters. God, that is loud. Yeah. So last time we did a Phantoms and Monsters, Mike, we read a story by a guy that had a conspiracy about reptilians and Walmarts. Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And it was part, 11 in a multi-part series of articles. Well, this time, it is reptilian DNA activation claims, physical changes, and alarming correspondence with another abductee, part 6, from April 2nd, which is Monkey's birthday. So, by July 2012, Matt R.'s account had moved beyond patrol claims, training scenarios, and phone interference into something even more personal. In this update, he focused on what he believed were the long-term biological effects of reptilian abductions, including altered sensitivities, immune reactions, and a correspondence with another alleged abductee whose physical symptoms seemed to mirror his own in disturbing ways. What makes this installment important within the series is that Matt was no longer only describing what had happened to him. He was now trying to build a framework for understanding how these alleged encounters might affect the body over time and why some abductees appear to experience dramatic physical changes while others do not. Now that's just the setup.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and the actual article begins. The main purpose of this article is to share a correspondence I had with another reptilian abductee. She gave me permission to discuss it publicly under a pseudonym, and I believe it may help other reptilian abductees make sense of the physical symptoms they have endured. I spent years in denial about many of these effects, mainly because the implications were too overwhelming for me to deal with at the time. More importantly, I began researching newer forms of gene therapy and started to suspect that I may have found a biological process similar to what the reptilians are using in these treatments. That is what pushed me to revisit these experiences more directly. What caught my attention first was the consistency of the physical symptoms described by this other abductee, who I will call Alice. She described a lupus diagnosis, sudden immune responses, new allergies, altered reactions to chlorine and tap water, and a growing need for sun exposure just to feel physically normal. She also described webbing developing on her hands in adulthood, which I found especially striking because Lon had told me he had heard of several other reptilian abductees reporting mild webbing or similar appendage changes later in life. According to Alice, these changes appeared suddenly and without warning, not as gradual developmental traits from childhood. Just a second. Bro here has a raspy voice to me. I wrote back to her with some practical suggestions, but I was also trying to understand the deeper pattern. I asked whether the webbing had been present at birth and worsened later, or whether it had appeared only after the abductions. I told her that if it emerged in adulthood, it might imply ancestry from what I think of as more amphibious reptilian strains, rather than the desert-adapted warrior strain I believe I was shown in my own experiences. I just read that.
You said it out loud.
It's out there now. In my case, I have not developed webbing, though I have had a dramatic worsening of the skin on my hands.
I think you need more lubrication.
Yeah, you might have psoriasis. After one major DNA treatment style abduction, they broke out in thick, leathery patches that did not resemble ordinary dry skin or psoriasis. They looked more like glossy segments of red leather grafted onto the skin.
Alrighty.
What?
The Rosie Palm and her 5 sisters?
I
Her
guess.
5 sisters, yeah.
Alice later replied that the webbing had indeed become more pronounced only as she got older. She attributed it to the abductions, the military-linked abductions she called MILABs. And to what? MILABs, short for military abductions.
Hello, my labs.
MILABs. And to injection she sometimes believed she woke up with. Certainly not heroin. She also described her eyes going in and out of focus, fluctuating hearing, and a feeling that her senses were being adjusted as if someone were tuning a dial.
Sure she just doesn't have diabetes?
I think she's just getting old and has diabetes, yeah, because that's all shit that happens to me. She told me that a friend had once seen her eyes go completely black during an intense emotional moment.
Look, Kevin, I once had a monkey once thought I had turned black, so, that doesn't mean anything.
He was real high. Yeah. She also reported repeated black helicopter passing over. Yep, that's what that's. She also reported repeated black helicopter passes over her home 3 times in one night, low and directly over her bedroom.
Maybe she lives next to a hospital.
I don't know. A black helicopter, Mike?
It's at night. How the fuck can you tell what color a helicopter is at night?
They're all black at night.
Yes.
With a sensation she described as a scan crawling over her body.
Also known as paranoid schizophrenia.
In that same email, Alice mentioned that her father's side included French aristocratic ancestry and that she had long suspected a connection to Merovingian lineage.
Oh, so delusions of grandeur, too.
That caught my attention because I had already come to suspect that reptilian abductees were often being selected based on dormant bloodline traits. My interpretation has been that the reptilians cannot simply implant reptilian DNA into anyone at random. They can only build upon what is already there in recessive sequences. That would explain why so many reptilian abductees report being referred to as family members, cousins, brothers, or uncles.
Or they just have to find them hot.
Yeah, that's hot. I used to think that was only a feudal habit of speech. Now I think it may be their way of emphasizing an actual bloodline relationship, however distant or altered it may be. I have to read a book tomorrow on a podcast. This is helping.
Yes.
Yeah.
Limbering it up.
Uh-huh. Yep. I am not going to sound like Leonard Cohen tomorrow, am I? At one point, I asked Alice whether she had ever seen blue liquid in vials during an abduction.
Because that's probably, not common at all.
Yeah. The reason I asked was that another reptilian abductee had described seeing blue vials during what sounded like a treatment procedure, and I had noticed that in real science, liposome-based gene delivery systems can use colored solutions and are capable of carrying DNA or other molecular cargo into cells. Liposomes are a real delivery platform in modern gene therapy research, although there is no evidence that they are connected to alien abductions. Still, the parallel was interesting enough that I wanted to know whether similar imagery had shown up in these experiences. Alice reported seeing iridescent blue vials, as well as green and red liquids in what appeared to be refrigerated rooms or cabinet storage areas during some of her experiences. She described those rooms as cool, eerie, and clinical. Now, when she says cool,
I don't think she means like awesome.
Is that temperature or badass?
I'm pretty sure it's not badass.
Okay. She also said her senses had become so extreme that she felt like a bloodhound with smell. She looked like a dog with smell, sight, and hearing all fluctuating sharply as though being recalibrated. That caught my attention because it mirrored what I had experienced after my own major abductions: heightened aggression, amplified senses, and worsening food sensitivities that seemed to intensify almost overnight. Mike, that's why I'm allergic to mushrooms.
Oh, yeah, you were abducted and you had your jeans, fiddled with.
Mm-hmm. Yep, they stuck their hands down my jeans.
Well, Kevin, I have good news.
Hmm?
Do you want your jeans, altered back to the original state?
Maybe.
Just take them to a tailor.
Okay, will do. Yeah, that's great. They can mess with the inseam of my jeans.
Yep.
From there, I began thinking more seriously. I don't know that you can, sir. You are already pretty fucking serious here.
Yahoo serious.
Oh, yeah. I began thinking more seriously about how the process might work. My suspicion is that the reptilians use a customized treatment that targets dormant hybrid sequences already present in the abductee. If that is true, then many of the abrupt physical changes reported by reptilian abductees, new allergies, altered metabolism, skin changes, and sensory amplification, may not be random side effects at all, but consequences of activating dormant material already in the body. In their view, they may see this not as harming the abductee, but as repairing or bringing forward what they regard as the best part of that person's lineage.
Like the best part of the chicken when you're eating fried chicken?
The skin?
The skin, yes.
Yeah. Or the best part of waking up, which is Folgers in your cup.
Yes.
Yes. That is one reason I think they do not always seek permission. Even the earliest scanning procedures may irreversibly begin the process. Another point is, this is long. There's only 2 more paragraphs. Another point that has stood out to me over the years is how much reptilian abductees are told about their ancestry. So it's Ancestry.com and Mormons are the reptilians.
AncestryLizards.com.
Yep, that's it. I know one abductee who was told he descended from Montezuma. What?
It's always Napoleon or Caesar or Montezuma or Genghis Khan. It's never, the fucking shit scraper of, London.
Mike, in all fairness, most of us are descended from Genghis Khan.
Well, but you know what I mean.
And Mike, thank you for not calling him Genghis. I don't care if it's accurate.
I don't know anybody that calls it Genghis Khan.
Look, Dan Harmon, Hardcore History.
Yeah, well, he can suck my Genghis cock.
Yeah. Anyway, after researching his family history, he reportedly discovered that he did, in fact, have ancestry from the same indigenous line associated with Montezuma. And his revenge? Stories like that suggest the reptilians may have an extraordinarily detailed way of mapping lineages. That is why I increasingly believe abductees need to research their ancestry as far back as they can. In my own case, I was shown what I interpreted as a warrior-cased red reptilian ancestor only years into my experiences. It was only afterward that I began to reflect seriously on the strong military history that runs through both sides of my family. I have come to believe that reptilian abductees generally respond to these revelations in one of three ways: denial, pride, or fear. I can testify that denial is only a temporary refuge.
And I can attest that denial is a river in Egypt.
Yeah. Pride can become something else entirely, a kind of elitist identity that leads to emotional narrowing and a warped sense of hierarchy. Fear is simply a deeper form of denial. The only workable path, in my view, is acceptance without surrender. Accept the possibility of what is happening without being consumed by it. Learn your lineage, compare it to what the reptilians may have shown or implied. You may begin to understand why your symptoms are what they are and how future encounters may unfold. Matt R.
Fazil.
Commentary. This installment marks a clear transition in the Matt R series. Earlier parts focused on training scenarios, patrol claims, intimidation, and tactical themes. This one turns inward, toward the body, hereditary, and the witness's attempt to explain long-term physiological changes. And it is a long commentary. Because, once again, Phantoms and Monsters takes this all heart attack seriously. Just, this is real, you got to deal with it. I am stunned by this series and how amazing this guy's stuff is. Because, like, this is like a case study in a psychology book for me, Mike.
Yeah.
Watching a dude devolve into madness. It's like those cat paintings of the guy as dementia set in.
Yeah. No, it is wild. Weird, wild stuff.
That is some wild stuff there, Ed. 3 people got that joke. But yeah, I'm just sort of blown away by this. Like, this dude has constructed a thing and is either dragged people into it with him or is imagining people that he is dragging into it.
Yeah.
Like, whoever the fuck Alice is. Which, Alice, of all names.
Well, you know.
Because we're common. Through the looking glass, Mike.
Yes.
So, yeah. Anyway, that was a fun one. I enjoyed reading that, except for my throat.
Yeah, no, you're going to hate yourself tomorrow, but I'm glad you had, fun tonight.
Yeah. No, it's great. My throat's going to be sore. My arm's going to be sore. Fantastic.
Wow, you're just going to be sore all over.
And tomorrow I have to do accents. So, anyway, that's it for this week. So, Mike, have you got anything you want to plug?
Not really.
Okay. Well, for me, don't forget to head over to Royal Road and look up The Errant Apprentice if you would like to read my stuff. The URL for it is a bit much, so just head over there, look for The Errant Apprentice, And we're up to book 2. I'm like 22 chapters in.
It's a lot of chapters.
It is. It is a hell of a lot of chapters, man.
Those are a lot of words to come out of your fingers.
Yep. Yeah. Well, actually, the 22 chapters, that's 22 chapters into book 2.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, all the chapters in the Gestalt is a lot of tippy typing.
It is a hell of a lot. And I just noticed I screwed up the chapter title on that one. I'm fixing it now live on the show. So anyway, check that out. And if you'd like
Riveting.
if you would like to read some of David's stuff, head to hbcomics.com. That's hbkomics.com. You can also find his stuff on Royal Road if you would like to read it there. Just look for David Davis. You can find The Dead Life and Fang and Bone. So there, I got 2 plugs in there for me and David.
No hair plugs?
Not for men.
Just for men.
Just for me. Anyway, so we'll be back next time with another Weekend Weird. Hopefully we'll have David back with us. We'll see how things are. So, thank you for listening. If you would like to learn more about the show, head to supernatpod.rocks. That is supernatpod.rocks. You can learn more about the show and find links to our Discord, our Patreon, our merch store, and every episode of this and the Distraction Hole. So, until next time, stay safe and stay frosty. Goodbye. Poo-poos?
Yeah, I got nothing.
Yeah, I ain't got nothing either.
Kind of tired.
Yep, same here.
You want to maybe go out into a camp in a tent?
I want to wait till it's cold.
Yeah, no, it's a little warm for that now.
Yep, a little warm.
Maybe
A little warm.
Need some night vision.
What we need to do is get David, you, me, and David, in the woods, Bigfoot hunting.
God, I know we're not going to find Bigfoot, but hell, I'm for it.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Cooking some hot dogs.
Oh, yeah.
Offering Bigfoot some hot dogs. Think Bigfoot will eat a hot dog?
I think Bigfoot, I'm done. I'm fucking done.
Should we really introduce Bigfoot to meat eating?
Good point. Well, peanut butter.
We need an 8-foot tall carnivore living in the woods.
Sure, why not? He'll come out for meat.